We're live.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Excuse me. Wow.
Get it out, sir.
It's so emotional. I survived the eclipse, cowboy. I thought the new Madrid fault was going to go off, and I was worried about NASA shooting bottle rockets at it.
Dogs and cats living together.
Oh my God.
Mass hysteria.
I didn't think I was going to wake up this morning and have a cup of coffee.
No, man. You were going to die in the new deluge.
I thought CERN was going to activate and the portals of hell were going to open up and right in my backyard and take me down to the very doldrums of Abaddon.
Yep. As Timothy says, emotional damage.
Emotional damage. But we're here. And just like we said weeks and weeks ago, ain't jack squat going to happen. Algo Factory.tech. The markets were open. The markets were on tear. All-time highs have been reached. Highs that we've been talking about in Algo Factory.tech. And folks, listen, I don't want you sitting on the sidelines. I don't want you sitting on the sidelines wondering if this is for you. We have people from all walks of life, all income groups, all ages, all sexes, all genders, and there's really two, and all types of backgrounds being part of Algo Factory and creating secondary streams of income for themselves so they can learn to provide for themselves and their family no matter where in the heck in the world they are. And we're the only ones that do it. We not only tell you how to trade, we teach you how to build the algorithms that trade on your behalf 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, right here on Algo Factory. And we give you the entire geo-economic roadmap of what's coming down before it happens. Our calls are deadly accurate. Our curriculum is par excellence. And for folks, for less than the price of a bottle of water, $1.66 a day, you can be part of the most prolific trading group, most amazing community on God's green earth. AlgoFactory.tech. Join us now. And,
yeah, all right. So let's give them a taste instead of a commercial. Let's do
I like
this.
commercials, man.
Commercials are good.
I am working on my own cleaning product called Gorilla Clean, but that's another
nice.
thing.
Is it for your undercarriage?
No, it's for specifically for gerbils, and the undercarriage of gerbils is a big problem.
I was talking about your car, you freaking pervert.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got it.
Yeah, your car's undercarriage.
Oh yeah. Sure.
Hell's wrong with you, bro? Our vertical, says Lisa Gray. Yeah, so to take a look at the chart here, actually Bitcoin seems to be obeying the range that I thought it was creating. I didn't really, I had a decent amount of confidence that we were seeing this range get built. This what do you call it? This rectangular area where price bounces back and forth, and price did try to break above that yesterday, and we are seeing what looks like a rejection. In fact, old school candlestick analysis. If the current candle closes as is, right? If the current candle closes like it does, or actually a bit lower, would be even stronger, then I would expect a move down, right? Of course, we have multiple rejections at the top of this range. Going back to, let me see, late March. So I would expect price to head down, but the question is how far? Well, we do have some data here on the Kingfisher.io. This is a great website for many, many reasons. I'm just using it for liquidity in this purpose, but there's a lot of data on here. I would really take a hard look at it. There's a link in the description. Referral code gets you a discount. In the meantime, we have two liquidity blocks, and the strongest bit of liquidity is sitting at 68,600 and at 66, let's just say 67,000 or 66,950. So 66,950 is right about there. Okay, roughly there. And this is basically where the other one is. What did I say? 68.7. Yeah, actually 68.6, close enough. So right now, there's a decent chance that if price were to continue to head down, and we'll take a look at the algos to see if the charts are calling for a move down, it very likely will grab liquidity down in this area, right? So let's take a look here. Yeah, you know what? There is a decent chance this will happen. Now, the high time frame algos are all bullish, right? So and that's been that way since like for years. The high time frame Bitcoin algos are like always bullish. However, the let's just say the midterm time frames, your swing trade type time frames, those are looking like they're ready to take a little bit of a break. Okay, so nothing would surprise me at this point with Bitcoin. Nothing would surprise me. We have the halving coming up in 10 days, right? It's on the 19th, and it might be, and I think there's a decent case for at least one of the following situations. Now, anytime you have a resistance, which is where price wants to go above but can't, and then you have price just kind of hanging out just below that resistance and even kind of getting higher and higher like this, that means it's probably going to break out. So what I just drew, this spans about a month or more. It might, or not even that, it's like 3 weeks. However, it could happen way more quickly than what I just drew, right? If I had to bet, if someone was just going to say, you need to tell me what you think is going to happen or I'm going to shoot you, I would say, I think this will happen. Something like this. And then maybe something like this. And then something like this. So possibly, I know I drew a head and shoulders, but I expect something like this. If not before, then maybe a little bit more range action, and then after the halving. So that's kind of what I expect right now. That's what I'm looking at for Bitcoin. Now, it could head to the bottom of this range, grab more liquidity. Things can change, but we're just looking at the liquidity map as it stands right now, right? So understand that this liquidity map can change. So that is what that is. And you know what? Just because that liquidity is there does not mean price will grab it. It might be that the bulls are just too strong and price never makes it down there. Overall, I do think April is going to be questionable as to what happens with price, but I think after April's done, I think we're going to see a lot of up. Now, that is barring any kind of black swan event. That's barring some kind of weird regulation, which I really doubt right now because you have all these major asset managers like BlackRock buying a bunch of Bitcoin. But that's barring a black swan event in traditional finance. And there is just a lot of talk about what's going on in TradFi. In fact, we only have a couple minutes left in the live lab. Is there anything you want to present as an opinion as to what will happen with traditional finance, the stock market, interest rates, let's just say until June? Is there anything you want to share about that? Because look, let me what happens in TradFi affects Bitcoin. So please, V, V, by the way, for the audience who might be new, this guy V is just a badass when it comes to having information of what's going to happen in traditional finance, especially on the macro. There's nobody I know who predicts better than that. So please, V, now that I've hyped you up,
and we have all the receipts. The private room sees all the receipts. Mm-hmm. Here's what's happening in TradFi, man. TradFi is looking for a flight for safety. Okay, number one. Number two, they need to create more exotic products so they can pump a bigger bubble, and they are looking at alternative asset classes. And there's right now only one category of alternative asset class that fits every single one of the criteria that I just mentioned, and that's crypto. A lot of TradFi is going to be flying into crypto. That's what's going to be happening. And so you're going to look at a major crypto boom as well as the equity markets going up because it's the only thing they have. It's the last trick of the magician. They have nothing else as their last act, cowboy.
That's it. So they gotta move into something.
Yep.
Where they can get yield. Is that what you're saying?
They are yield chasing. These are all zombie institutions, right? Don't get dissuaded by a 40,000 point down. These are all zombie institutions that are all chasing yield, and that's the only thing that these people want is the yield and what yield can give them.
So how is it that for the new people, how is it that a 40,000 Dow, the all-time high, the Dow going up, the markets are never doing better? How does that mean that the markets are weak and they got to find new products?
There's no solvency and there's very little liquidity.
So liquidity means like money to actually be used for investments.
Yes.
So people are broke. They just own a bunch of stock and there's no more money to put in stocks.
Correct.
Now, if they start to print money again, I mean, they're already printing it, just so everybody understands. People think that they are quantitatively tightening, and even though there is truth to that, there's also falsehoods to that. But do we think they're going to start printing the hell out of money again at some point?
Oh, yeah. They're going to be cutting the rates, and they're going to be printing to oblivion. They never stopped printing to oblivion.
Nope.
Right? Because now it's all about, taking this thing to the next level. They have to cut rates because there's too much pressure in the bond market. The bond market collapses. That's it for the dollars, boys and girls.
So as they print money, that just means inflation. That means all your savings and everything that you have is going to go to crap. And like, that's just usually what that means. So, I guess one way to take advantage of that is to be in markets. And that's what we do at Algo Factory.
Correct.
We're riding that wave, right? Like if there's a lot of inflation and you're trying to take advantage of that, the markets will move. Even though the markets are starting to be diluted and fake, you can still take advantage of that. And then you can take money out and put it into whatever you think is the best investment. Is that kind of what we're doing at Algo Factory, right?
That's the only game plan available. Your biggest competitor, folks, is the institutions. They are chasing yield. And when they chase yield and you see them move, you got to be like the little fish swimming under the big sharks. You chase it with them, because what's going to happen is that the crumbs that's coming out of their mouth, you will be able to ingest it. They'll be making trillions, you'll be making millions. They'll be making billions, you'll be making millions. They'll be making money, and you'll be in a better position.
Perfect, man. Let's go to private.
Let's go. Folks, scan that QR code. Click the link in the description box and join us for the real hard-hitting, deep stuff that we have. The deep intel. The deep courses.
Join us or die.
Sorry, dude. I thought you were done.
That's all good.
I thought you took like a pause, and I'm like, I got to do the funny thing.
Allergies kicking in. Springtime is here, bro.
Okay. Yeah, didn't mean to step on you with join us or die, but just in case you didn't.
It is okay, my friend.
Join
us or die.